Welcome to Soul Growth Stories, where we journey deep into the human heart to uncover the profound power of our choices. We often believe that the most dangerous weapons in this world are forged from cold iron, heavy steel, or fire. However, the true instrument of destruction is far more subtle, crafted entirely from our breath and the sounds we make. He carries no bow in his hands, yet with every harsh word spoken, a sharp spectral arrow manifests and flies. These invisible projectiles travel faster than light, seeking the target to pierce, carrying the heavy weight of anger and resentment. Let us look back at a moment of heated conflict, where patience was lost and the walls of reason crumbled down. In the heat of the moment, the man let his temper take control, forgetting the love that once existed there. He did not see words leaving his lips. He unleashed a volley of sharp arrows aimed directly at her heart. Each syllable was designed to hurt, to win the argument by destroying the spirit of the person standing before him. The impact was silent physically but deafening emotionally, shattering the trust and safety that had taken years to build up. She did not bleed red blood, but her soul began to weep, marked by the invisible cuts of his cruelty. He could not stop himself, firing arrow after arrow, oblivious to the permanent destruction he was causing to their shared home. The air was thick with tension, every harsh sentence adding another layer of pain to the already suffocating atmosphere between them. Suddenly, the silence returned, and in that quiet void, he finally saw the devastation his uncontrolled anger had truly wrought. He realized too late that once the bowstring is released, the arrow belongs entirely to the unforgiving vastness of the sky. Panic set in, as he understood that once a word is spoken, it belongs to the listener's memory forevermore. You cannot call it back. You cannot hit rewind. The trajectory is set, and the damage is inevitable and approaching. He tried to command it to stop, but his desperate shouts only birthed more chaos, complicating his futile attempt at rescue. Regret is a bitter pill to swallow when you are watching your own mistakes fly beyond your reach and control. In a moment of desperation, he tried to catch the flying projectile with his bare hands, ignoring the danger involved. But the arrow was too fast and too sharp. It sliced through his fingers, refusing to be halted or silenced. He watched in horror as it struck home, burying itself deep into the target, delivering its message of pain instantly. He collapsed, exhausted and defeated. The realization washed over him that his effort to retract the statement was completely in vain. He walked towards the impact site, wishing he could turn back time, wishing he had swallowed those words before speaking. He reached out to remove the arrow, whispering apologies to the silence, hoping that removing the object would remove the pain. The arrow vanished into the mist as he pulled it free, but the gaping hole it left behind remained visible. He tried to smooth over the surface, to apologize, to explain, but the wood did not heal back to perfection. Just like in life, saying sorry might remove the immediate presence of conflict, but it does not erase the memory. The wound had already been inflicted, the integrity of the heart had been breached, and a scar was now forming. His tears of regret fell upon the damage, but tears cannot act as glue for a trust that has been broken. We are all like this tree, bearing the marks of words thrown at us, and words we have thrown at others. The archer is also wounded. The anger that births harsh words burns the vessel that holds it, before hurting anyone else. He sat in the silence of the aftermath, understanding finally that true strength is not in the power to wound. He read the ancient wisdom written on the wind. Words have no bones, yet they are strong enough to break hearts. We must learn to replace our heavy arrows with feathers, soft words that lift others up rather than tearing them down. True mastery is feeling the surge of anger, holding the arrow in your hand, and choosing to let it dissolve. When you choose silence over cruelty, you transform a potential weapon into a moment of peace and profound personal growth. He learned that the tongue is a small member of the body, yet it boasts of great and terrible things. Before you speak, let your words pass through 3 golden gates. First, ask yourself deeply, is this word actually true? If it is not true, do not let it pass your lips. Lies are arrows that fly crooked and hit innocence. Then approach the second gate and ask, is it necessary? Does this need to be said right now, by me? Silence is often better than unnecessary noise. If it serves no purpose, let it remain unsaid and keep the peace. Finally, the most important gate of all, is it kind? Even truth, if spoken without kindness, is just cruelty disguised. Only when your words can pass through all 3 gates should you allow them to be released into the world. Back in the real world, the man looks at his partner. He feels the anger rising, but he remembers the arrows. He chooses to swallow the sharp words. He chooses to bridge the gap with touch rather than widen it with sound. The cycle of pain is broken. The wounds that were never inflicted do not need to heal, saving them both sorrow. For the scars we have already caused, we must fill them with the gold of genuine repentance and changed behavior. Your words have the power to create gardens or deserts. Choose to plant seeds of love rather than weeds of hate. Be a gardener of souls. Use your tongue to water the dreams of others, to comfort the broken, to inspire hope. Remember that children watch us. They learn to forge their own arrows by watching how we handle our weapons of speech. Let your bow gather dust. Let your sharpest arrows remain in the quiver, never to be drawn against a friend. The strongest person in the room is not the one who shouts the loudest, but the one who can control their tongue. Imagine a world where every word spoken was a gift, a healing balm, a brick to build a bridge of understanding. That world begins with you. It begins with the very next sentence you choose to speak to the person beside you. Walk gently upon this earth. Leave behind a trail of kindness that others can follow when they are lost in darkness. Ask yourself one final question. If your words left visible scars on the faces of your loved ones, would you speak? The answer is clear. We must choose kindness. We must choose to heal. We must be masters of our own silence. Thank you for joining us on this journey. Take this wisdom with you and let it transform your life today. This has been Soul Growth Stories. Subscribe for more inspiring tales. Until next time, speak with love and live with purpose.